David, settle back, and it's time for our athletes of the week here at Wyopreps.com as we reflect back on the state championship weekend. And this young lady helped the Jackson girls win their first state title since 2016, their first in 4A, as she had 6 goals and 2 assists across the 3 state tournament matches, including the key one, the game winner against Kelly Walsh in the championship. And Ruby joins me right now. Congratulations. First of all, how does it feel to be a state champ?
Thank you. It feels amazing, honestly. I feel like obviously we didn't just like this didn't just happen to us. I think we like worked for it, but I think we are like very deserving.
Talk,
So it
talk a
feels
little bit
great.
about your performance last weekend in the 3 matches and what it took for you and the rest of your squad to accomplish your goal of winning state.
Yeah, that was honestly like some of the best soccer I think I've played. I we had been having like a great season. Like our practices have been amazing. So I think like there's like no doubt that like that obviously helps. And then I just knew what I needed to do. And so my team was obviously super helpful and we just played like our game of soccer and it paid off.
Take me back to the Kelly Walsh championship match. How tense, stressful, emotional, up and down was that? And take me through, if you remember, what happened on your goal.
We were all pretty tense, especially because we lost to them last year in the final and the year before that, even though I wasn't there. But it did seem like the rivalry was going at it again, but it was also just raining super hard. It was like absolutely downpouring, so that also was causing some stress. I remember like the first 10 minutes I was just like a little unfocused. Like honestly, I was too cold. I was like my body was going numb, but then I like, had this moment. I like um realized that like both teams are playing in the rain, so it's better to win in the rain than lose. And then on the goal, it was a corner kick, I think, from Ella Steinberg, and it like bobbled for a little bit, and we were like, and then it was going towards, they were trying to counter, and I like bodied the girl out of the way and turned around and chipped the goalie.
Nice, nice. Well, I was going to ask you about the conditions. That was one of my questions because that had to have been brutal to kind of fight through. And you talked about that. For you, after your goal goes in and you chip it by the keeper, did that seem to relax you and the team at all, or did you need to really, I guess, keep that focus up, considering Kelly Walsh had beat you the previous 2 years?
I think we definitely didn't relax. We knew that like I mean it was so slippery that like every touch was kind of like a little off. Like anything could have happened. I think in the rain it like made it like you had to focus even harder. It was like absolutely exhausting, I think physically and mentally, like staying focused for that long. And it was like so stressful. Like afterwards I had no adrenaline left whatsoever. But I think we did do a really good job and we just got the job done. It was a dogfight all the way and it was kind of painful, but it kind of paid off.
Yeah, I was going to say, congratulations again on that. For you, how would you describe how you play soccer? This is kind of a hard question for some student athletes to answer, but how do you describe how you play the game?
I'd say I play like very attack oriented. I like to like go forward and like move the ball. I think one of the best things that I do is like distribute the ball and like I know I score a lot of goals, but I also like create a lot of assists, which is also important. And I think when we're playing our best, like as a team, we use like the entire field. Like we don't use just the middle or just one side. Like I think the best part about our team is that like we have a bunch of attackers who are like all dangerous. So I think I play really attacking soccer, and I think that's also like influenced my team quite a bit too.
You come from a soccer family. I mean, your dad's a coach, your mom's your coach. You've had older brothers play. What has that been like to kind of be around that environment constantly for you?
It's been really special. I mean, it made it even more unforgettable. Like I've been, I feel like involved in high school soccer for like literally since like I could remember. So winning like my own state championship was like really emotional and it was amazing. And I also think like I wouldn't have done it obviously without my family. My oldest brother Charlie, who I think you know, he flew in for the final. So that was even more special. Like I knew we had to make it there so that he had something to watch. But yeah, it was really special.
And how special is it to have your mom as one of the co-head coaches there?
I think it's special. I think a lot of times like people like are like, how do you guys not like fight each other? And I think it like works out because we have such like a good bond and we like understand that like we're in it together. So I think it like makes it even better because I know the girls and she knows me and it I don't know, it just helps knowing there's like there's it's just like everyone likes each other on the team. Like there's no like disagreements ever, I feel like.
I gotcha. Well, hey, congratulations on winning the title. Congrats on a great weekend last week in Gillette, and congrats on being one of our athletes of the week. Thank you for a few minutes.
Thank you.
David Settle here at Wyopreps.com. We continue talking about this week's athletes of the week, looking back at last weekend's state championships, and one of our girls honorees this week, Grace Hayes from Cody, who helped the Phillies to the 3A state championship last weekend in Gillette. And she had 5 goals across the 3 matches, a hat trick in the opener, and then followed it with 2 huge goals. The game winner against Lander in a 2-1 victory, and the only goal, the game winner in a 1-0 shutout of rival Powell in the championship. Grace joins me right now. And Grace, let's start with this. How does it feel to be a state champion?
It feels good to finally win. It's fun to not get second again.
Well, Grace, obviously you had the hat trick to start things off right away, but then it was a hard fought couple of matches, it seemed like, against Lander and Powell. What did you take away in terms of how you played last weekend?
Well, I felt like as a team, we all worked really well and just communicated really well and just took it to them. And I feel like that just like led into each individual's game. Like I felt like we all just gave the ball. We were just unselfish and we just worked together really well. So, yeah.
Describe your goal against Powell. It's a free kick, and all of a sudden it kind of gets banged out of there. It comes back to you. You turned around and like shot it, I think, from like 25 yards out. What do you remember about that play?
I just felt relieved after. I was like, okay, like we got it under our belt. But before she even kicked the free ball, I just kind of knew like we were gonna score. I don't know. It just felt like we were gonna score. So it
Okay.
felt good overall.
I bet, yeah. So that put you up 1-0, and obviously the pressure's not off your back. But was there something else in terms of, that you had to protect that 1-0 lead against Powell, a team that you had lost to just the week before?
Our defense really came together and stuff, and we had our one of our top player, Ellie. She guarded their best player on their team and just didn't let her get the ball. So I felt like that really contributed, and our just defense like really worked together and just never even let them have a chance to even score or touch the ball. So our defense did really good in that.
Well, obviously, your defense was a big part of it, and you guys had some fantastic defense throughout the season. What was maybe the biggest key this year to this team kind of coming back to the top of 3A girls soccer, do you think?
Just staying connected, always just even if we're not best friends off the court or field, always just like we love each other, and I felt like we won because we all just loved and cared about each other. So I felt like we just came together and decided we wanted to win, and that's what happened.
Obviously, you're a 3-sport athlete. We've talked during basketball season before, but what is it about soccer that you think makes you successful?
I feel like just our team chemistry, like I said, also like our friendship and stuff
Okay.
together as a team. I felt like it could give us all each individual so many opportunities just to work together, and it really made us each individually just play to the best of our abilities.
It seems like your speed at times can catch some defenders off guard. Do you really like that kind of blowing by people, so to speak?
Yeah, it's fun. It's our goal is just like kick it to me and I go chase down the ball. So it's pretty fun. But
Anything
yeah.
else that was kind of, I guess, made this a magical season for you girls that you can think of?
I feel like the events all leading up to it, like volleyball getting second, basketball getting second, I felt like we just were really like soccer we're gonna get first, and I felt like we just all knew we were gonna win, and I felt like it was there, so it was kind of cool to see that play out.
A little redemption since it was Pal who had beaten you on your home field the week before, or would you have rather played Douglas?
Yeah. Um, I'm glad we played Powell, but it would have also been cool to play Douglas just to championship game again, just see how it is and stuff. So
Yeah. I'm just Douglas and you had some battles this year. There's no doubt about that. So, hey,
Yeah.
thank you for taking a few minutes. Congrats on being our athlete of the week, and congratulations on winning the state title, Grace.
Thank you.